is it the case that Michael Lobsinger wasn't able to bring any money to the table?
I'll let you ask him the question. I know we didn't have the money to come to the city, so this is the only reason we came through. We were going on two roads, working together on his road, and we were working with him and other investors on our road.
Right.
We were able to make it with our investors, but unfortunately, he was not able to make it on the other side.
Your Worship, does this make all the deadlines you've given?
Well, I guess we want to, first of all, we want every project to have an opportunity to succeed. And all you have to do is look at Petco, where we've given them extensions. Station 20, we gave them a 3-year extension. We've given everyone opportunities to succeed. And today, Council had said we've given extensions in the past, but today was the end of the line that we either were moving forward with the developers that were in place, or we'd have to revisit the scenario. And so we've come to the fruition, thanks to Dr. Nasser being here today and bringing it all to fruition. So it's a successful project at this point for us.
What was the response like when councillors heard? We heard clapping coming from inside. Was it somewhat of a jubilant atmosphere?
Well, I think everyone is really excited about the project. You'd have to talk to each of the councillors on an individual basis, but council as a whole is very excited that Dr. Nasser has come to the table and has brought his money here. Like, if you think about $250 million, this project that Dr. Nasser is building is the same equivalent of what we're doing for Circle Drive South, where it required the provincial government, the federal government, and the city of Saskatoon to put that project together. And Dr. Nasser is doing this right here in the city of Saskatoon with himself and his investors.
Mr. Mayor, can you clearly lay out what the timelines are? What is the next deadline and when for the show?
The next timeline will be, hopefully we will be there next Monday at council. Deloitte will have an opportunity to look at the documentation that's in place. And at that point in time, after that's been dealt with, then we can move to the next stage of securing the funding for the sale of the land. From the city, I think it's about $5.7 million that Dr. Nasser owns. It's nothing personal, Dr. Nasser, but you know, business is business. We still need the money.
Yes, there's no doubt about that, and we're talking business.
Yes, and so anyway, Dr. Nasser will buy the land from the city of Saskatoon, and then it'll be up to Dr. Nasser to put together his construction team and that to get started in the project. And I would suspect that they'll probably get started in the spring as opposed to the winter. I'm not in the construction business. Dr. Nasser will have to deal with his investors and with whoever is going to build the project for them. But I would be saying, and I shouldn't be speaking for Dr. Nasser, but I believe probably spring would be an appropriate.
I presume it's the right time then,
Yeah.
because it's much better weather for
Yes.
construction.
Yes.
What guarantees do you have in place that this will be the project that was originally proposed, that that's actually what's going to be built?
Well, there's the DCD1 guidelines that are in place that we've put there right from day one. And Dr. Nasser is going to build to the DCD1 requirements that were there. It's in the documentation, and Dr. Nasser has agreed to that.
And so all the specifications about a public plaza and...
Dr. Nasser said that he will build the project to what is meant to be there today, and what the project was originally approved by council. Dr. Nasser says that he will build that, and I have full confidence that Dr. Nasser will come to that.
Yeah, so what I'm wondering about is what legal sort of tools do you have to make sure that he follows through on his promise?
Well, you have to get building permits from the city of Saskatoon. So I guess when we see the building plans, we'll be rest assured. Dr. Nasser is a wonderful man. Like, think of the millions of dollars that he's given to the university and the monies that he's given elsewhere. My goodness, I'm going to take Dr. Nasser at his word, and so I should. He's a wonderful man and has done a lot for our community. And with that being said, Dr. Nasser said he's going to bring this project into fruition with what was originally contemplated and designed. And that's what he will do.
This has turned out to be a good news story, but are you disappointed with the way things turned out with Mr. Lobsinger after all the deadlines and all the extensions?
Do you have any regrets about it?
Well, it's not for me. It was not my money that was at stake here. It was Mike Lobsinger's money that was at stake. And, you know, it's unfortunate that he wasn't able to bring it to fruition. But I have to give Mr. Lobsinger full marks. He brought Dr. Nasser into the project. And the two of them were able to sit down and able to come to an agreement on trying to get this project brought to fruition. And as you heard earlier from Dr. Nasser, that things weren't going, and they sat down again and had further discussions apparently about if whoever could get to the finish line first, that's who would do the project. And the finish line was at 5 o'clock today. And so when Dr. Nasser came today, that was the end of the line, and he was able to get there. But, you know, Mike Lobsinger, like, really, if you think about strata titling, if the strata titling wasn't put in place, this project still wouldn't be able to, literally, in a lot of ways, may not be possible. So, you know, we can't forget about the good things that Mike Lobsinger has done here, too.
This was Michael Lobsinger's
If you
decision.
allow me 1 second, please, I would like to say something to the mayor. Being a professor emeritus at the university, I have a privilege. I can recommend honoris doctors, so doctors honoris to the university. And I'm going to recommend him to the university so that he'll get an honorary degree, and we'll call it Doctor of Mayorology. So you'll have that recommendation.
Thank you. Okay, thanks ever so much, everyone.
I am available for you anytime, all the time, tonight, tomorrow.
Tomorrow
You
morning
tell
on
me
the morning edition?
anytime, as long
tomorrow-
as you call me early enough
Okay.
before I go somewhere else.
Tomorrow morning